Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mike. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about different tips and tricks for character development. And these are just some things that I feel like are going to help you guys out because they helped me out. These are just some of my personal things that help me. You guys can go through and you can find your own way. But I just felt like, maybe since this helped me, it could help somebody else. Who knows? Real quick before I get into these tips and things like that, I just wanted to talk about this character that I'm drawing right here. This is a character named Indra, and I'm okay. Sorry, I know the story that he's going to be in, but I don't have a title for the story yet. So, yeah, he's Indra. So anyway, I'll have a video talking about that story later. But back to the task at hand. And one more thing before I start the video. Just want to let you guys know, pollen season has started down in Georgia. So if you guys hear me sniffling, I really apologize because this has been getting pretty bad. But anyway, back to the task at hand. So in my opinion, the most important aspect to a character would be the backstory. Well, one of the most important would be the backstory. You want a backstory that is interesting enough to cause your character to be dynamic throughout the comic. I know, kind of doesn't make sense yet, I guess, but I'll talk about dynamic personalities a little bit later. But your backstory should unlock your character's dynamic traits, and also should be relatable. So, and again, my opinion, I really think people should avoid the whole Disney, my character was orphaned as a child thing, or my character watched his parents die thing, because again, you might have watched your parents die, but I know that I didn't. My parents are still alive. But anyway, like I was saying, this isn't like a common phenomenon that happens to people on a regular basis, so it's not as relatable, and it's starting to get to the point where it feels cliche. You should do, it would be more of a challenge, but it would also be more interesting to read about, a character who says, both parents are still alive, or the parents are divorced, or, something mysterious. One of the parents mysteriously disappeared or something like that. Now that would be a bit more interesting than, the regular, the parents died, whatever. Because, like I said, that would unlock more hurdles for your character to jump through. And, let's see, the next thing is dynamic personalities. So dynamic personalities, again, in my opinion, would be things like having these extreme highs and extreme lows. And so your backstory should allow your character to reach these highs and highs and lows naturally. It shouldn't be a thing where your character, it feels odd for the specific character to get so happy, or to get so sad, or to get so upset. So I guess different ways to apply or insinuate, I guess would be the word, a dynamic personality would be to kind of have those dynamic highs and lows, but not at an extreme level. I guess you could say more of moderate anger, moderate happiness, or moderate sadness throughout, which would make the character feel more natural when they, go off on somebody, or when they get truly down in the dumps, sad, or even feel broken or something like that, or when they get so happy that they're crying, or get so happy and so excited that they're, have uncontrollable tears. Those kind of things would feel natural if you kind of imply them earlier on. And so the next thing, which sounds kind of contradictory, but not really, but the next thing is to have one general personality trait. So say you have a character who's generally happy, but at times is sad or upset and mad, or a character who's generally sad, who has times when they're mad or happy, or and so on and so forth. That allows the character to be somewhat more relatable as well. Because if you have a character who has a perfect balance of happiness, sadness, and anger, that would almost feel somewhat insane, I guess you could say. Like they have some form of a bipolar disorder where they just like are randomly all over the place. So, having a general understanding of a certain, well, not have a general understanding, but have a general personality trait is more relatable as well. But let's see, is this no, it's not the last thing, but it's another very important thing that I see happen quite often. Avoid random facts about your character that have nothing to do with your story plot. Say, for instance, you have a character whose name is Jimmy, and Jimmy is allergic to mushrooms. If Jimmy never eats mushrooms in the story, that's utterly pointless information that your character doesn't know. It's almost like that one friend who blurts out random stuff that's not funny, and it's just like, okay, dude. It's almost to the point where it's like that. So, definitely try to avoid that. Unless that's your character's thing. Unless, your character is comedic like that. Hey, go for it. But in general, you should try to avoid it. And also, let's see, what's next? The actual plot, your character, during the plot. Just make sure that everything feels natural with your character. Get somebody almost like to proofread certain things that happen with your character from an outside source. And if somebody says, hey, this seems a little weird for this character, reevaluate your character and go like, okay, what is this natural for this character? Is this strange? Some things of that nature. I'm starting to get a bit rambly, I'm sorry. Something else that is a good exercise for understanding this character's personality. As you develop it, find like a series of really thought-provoking questions, answer them in your personality, and then you get into your character's personality and answer the same questions. That would really help to develop that character's personality even more so than you can, possibly imagine. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but still, it'll definitely help. But anyway, guys, this was a couple of tips and tricks for character development. Hopefully I'll be doing a video soon about actually taking these tips and applying them to a physical character design. Hopefully I can be able to put that video out as soon as possible to you guys. But anyway, my name is Mike. Once again, thank you all for joining me. All the ways that you can get in touch with me will be in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.